Welcome to Game Club. For our Game Club today, we'll be doing Crazy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion 3. It's a pretty cool little puzzle game slash, I guess, story adventure RPG game, kind of. Um, it's pretty fun. There's a couple things that definitely be conversations to be had about the mechanics, also about some of the comedy in the game as well. This is very comedy driven, very very self awareness. Yeah, so kind of excited to play it. I think that we'll just kind of play it. I think for this game, it's just best to kind of play it and then talk about the mechanics as we go, just because there's just it's a story game. Honestly, at a core center of it, it's a story game, and a lot of the mechanics play along with the story as we go through the PP mansion full of dinosaurs. So I'm gonna try my best to to explain the story. If anybody else can do it better, go ahead. But I'm going to summarize it because there's like different names and characters and all that stuff. But the cut down of it right now that we know from the beginning of the game is that our character JJ Hardwell is a postal inspector, and just bear with me. Um, he's a postal inspector who was given the job for a team, an ATS team. I forgot what it stands for, but pretty much he was given a job to go
Alcohol,
into this man.
tobacco, and super science.
Oh, what was it?
Alcohol, tobacco, and super science.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, you're right. Okay, but yeah. Anyways, they gave him the task of coming in this hotel. Oh my God, mansion, not hotel. Um, to find the professor, and I guess they also left a message saying that we better hope that he doesn't find any dinosaurs. Well, he found dinosaurs in the mansion, and now they're running rampant. And so we kind of go along with this character, and you pretty much use the puzzle gameplay system to fight off dinosaurs, to solve puzzles. In the beginning of the game, in the beginning tutorial, and how you actually learn how to use the game, you actually fight the mansion's gate to try to get into the gate there, and you literally have to match up certain puzzle pieces to jump over the gate, or make Mr. Hardwell do different actions. Um, but yeah, I wanted just to start just by playing it first, and we can kind of discuss it as we go along, and have some questions here. So we'll go over some of the questions. I think the best thing that to do is just for me to play around first, and we can kind of just start discussing about what's happening as I'm playing around, and we can kind of add our different things about the gameplay. Hello, Tim. Yeah,
Did you already get started with the convo?
yeah. We just got started, so you're not too late.
Okay.
Can you guys still see my stream, by the way?
Yep.
Yes.
I like the visual feedback. The guy's Hardwell's getting messed up as his health goes down. That's actually good. That's a lot of extra work.
Yeah. And I really do love I actually should heal myself. That's probably why I only have heal. Because I should be healing myself. And that's what I should be using. I know this one's like locked up, but
Oh, is this from your actual stream, Darius?
that's correct. Can you see it?
Oh.
Okay. I'm actually let me double check and make sure OBS is shoot.
So quick around the room. How far did people get?
So I personally did not get too far with this. I've played it about 3 times, but I haven't gotten too far. I think it was this fight and then one additional fight after this here. It can be pretty challenging when it comes to it here.
So I'm installing it right now, so I think that can
That's funny.
yeah.
Sorry, y'all. Hold on tight. I thought I had this set up good for OBS here, but Discord's not going to show me the feed if I'm playing the game.
I got to the start of chapter 4, but I still have like quite a bit left to play, I presume.
Yeah, I think I I haven't beaten it either. I think I'm close. I think I'm on the last chapter, which might be 6 or 7. Um,
Mhm.
so it sounds like nobody quite beat the game. But yeah, I guess it'll be interesting to see how we discuss it with that in mind. I almost feel like I
And
got to
yeah,
start off with like the no spoilers thing because half of the people haven't quite gotten very far yet.
oh no, yeah, you're all good. Yeah, I mean, I also think that really with this game, because has a little bit of a story to it, I
Hmm.
think just playing through it honestly will be just fine too. There, there's wonderful like little narrative comedic moments in this game that are really interesting.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't think there's a lore behind this. I I actually didn't double check if there's actually like prequels of it. I
No,
know.
there, I
I
mean,
know. Oh, there isn't.
No, that's like the whole bit, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's Creepy
That's
Redneck
the whole
Dinosaur
joke.
Mansion 3, but this is the first. It's sort of like a meta joke, right? Like
I
you're
gotcha.
playing the third game, the other two don't exist. And as you're going through this, you're going to sort of find out that like it's a little self-aware. Like all
Yeah.
the characters are realizing that they are in a video game, and they're what are they making of the fact that they are in the third Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion, which never ended up getting released.
Right.
Okay, so that when I was like getting questions for
fun.
this, that's probably why I was talking about the self awareness a lot. I was like, what does it mean by self awareness? I was like, I know there's
Hmm.
jokes in it, but like, I didn't think it was like, yeah, that's actually hilarious. I'm
there's a
just
funny
gonna.
aspect where I think they actually have released Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion 1 re-raptured, but that came after this.
Oh, Re-Raptored is a great name for it. Oh my gosh, I love that.
I guess one thing I was gonna say here, one thing I do appreciate is actually the transitions between, like exploring the actual mansion and doing the puzzles. That part is actually really like I really love that part. Like, do you guys? I guess like opinion. Do you guys like anybody find it jarring, or did everybody pretty much enjoy the transitions between the puzzle, the fighting, the narrative, and going throughout the mansion as you're doing all this?
I liked it. I thought it worked out well to really tell a story with minimal, like, I think, effort. Not effort. I mean, it's still a lot of effort, but
Yeah, I agree too. I liked it a lot, and like even though it's a puzzle game, it kind of makes you feel like okay, I'm actually going with this player, and all the visuals are really good as well. I probably should have read before I read. Let me read this real quick before I make a decision on this person. I don't want to. I don't want to.
Yeah, I think they do the transitions pretty well. I think a lot of the game it pulls from a lot of different places and does a
Mhm.
lot of that pulling in sort of like a light version of whatever that is, right? Like it's sort of a choose your own adventure, but it's the light form of a choose your own adventure. It's sort of a puzzle game, but it's like the light form of a puzzle game. And I think so the transitions between those two things never feel quite so jarring because it's never like, it's not like you're jumping between Grand Theft Auto and a Final Fantasy Tactics game. It's never that much of a jump since you're only getting sort of like one toe into every sort of genre that it's touching on. But it does each of those pieces well enough that like even not getting super deep, it still feels fun and satisfying to go through the map and do all the little puzzles and meet the characters.
Yeah. Finally, you find a normal door barred by the at least seemingly normal mean. You jiggle the handle, nothing. Oh, is this how I unlock Steel Shoulder? Oh, I can't. No, it's locked down. Never mind. I don't have that. That's cool.
Yeah.
So like
So
yeah.
yeah, you unlock the different traits by doing the different puzzle sections.
Yeah, I feel like I did a different path then. I don't remember this part.
That's
It'll be
funny.
a tight squeeze, but once
Bronto. Oh, that's cute.
I know
The
the
I love
picture,
that.
the picture.
That's great. It's so tall and freaking. Oh. Okay, yeah, that's dope. Actually, this game's got a lot of charm.
It truly does know what it's doing. It's like yeah.
The names shift slightly in Little Wiggle.
Yeah.
I hate to
That's
creep.
adorable.
cute.
I hate to creep forward, but
Oh, that's actually so. Like some fights,
Oh, it's a
you can't
progress.
actually beat them. You can't.
Yeah, and I think that's one of my favorite parts of this game is that like it's all the same core 3 like match 3 mechanic, but they make the enemy encounters different. Some of them you're knocking down their health, some of them you're doing this like percentage progress thing. Sometimes it's like there's a back and forth between the actions they're doing and
Do
your
you see
progress
this?
towards the goal. So they get really creative with how they make, sort of redoing that match 3 sort of thing over and over and over again still feel fresh enough for every different little encounter.
Mhm.
And like narratively tied to the
Oh,
encounters too, So this one is you're moving past the Brontosaurus, so you're not killing him, you're progress, you're building a progress bar.
I really need to
Yeah.
actually. Oh, guys, you need to again. Never mind. I need to heal myself.
Yeah, each match 3 is like there's like a different condition, like a different main condition, pretty much for every
Mhm.
situation that pops up.
That's actually really smart.
Mhm.
It's a very creative way to flip the match 3 formula. I haven't seen a ton of match 3s that like swap with that, like do that.
Mhm.
I haven't like oh my god, what's the name of that other
But
game?
most don't
Like,
have a narrative.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
like does lo-fi beats to match 3 to and like relax? Does that have a narrative?
No.
I haven't played through it.
Not like this.
I think like the biggest thing I saw this like is a Puzzle Quest, which was basically the same thing but an RPG. But I think this does it a lot. I mean, I think there were sequels to it, but like I played the original one way back on DS, and this does it kind of way more interesting, way more like
What was that one?
just nice overall.
Little Wiggle. Enjoy being the tallest creature currently living. Destroy all the green symbols.
Actually, I have a
That
friend
was
that
a
did
lot.
make a match 3 that had a story called Princess Farmer.
Oh, cool. Is that on like itch or something?
I think it's on Steam.
Oh, sick. You call it Princess Farmer?
Yes.
$75% off.
Oh yeah, the honors.
Oh yeah, last 22 hours of the sale.
That's great.
That's some real clever guerrilla marketing there. I respect it. Just happened to bring it up 22 hours before the sale. It's okay.
No, I just knew the people who made the game.
I'm
No, I was
I'm
totally
That's
joking.
funny.
I'm curious that once I like start getting
I'm not that clever.
further in the game here, with like some of the mechanics where you can like sneak past some of the dinosaurs, will it increase? Will it like decrease? It's like I get like is there like a mechanic if even though you do the ability you can like miss it or like it may not actually work? Curious if that's gonna happen.
I don't think there are any chance-based abilities.
Gotcha.
Oh, no, there is. There's like the cursed.
Wait, I have to
there's
read
like
this.
an item, the cursed minigun. Either it
Oh,
does
you're
10
right.
damage or does 5/5, and
Okay.
then
Yeah.
sometimes the ability will show up a little spinning wheel to decide what happens.
Yeah, in like the map exploration, it's all very like once you've it's almost like the ones that happen in this like choose your own adventure sections. Those are more about unlocking different sections of the map than they are like they're not really recurring traits. So like once you've got one thing, you've just unlocked another section of the map, like the steel shoulder stuff.
Okay.
Yep.
I just want to read this real quick. You slam the door with your shoulder hard. It yields with a shower of splinters, rendered in glorious 4K. I love it. What's 4K? Why do you think of the term 4K? And why do you suddenly snap the door in half when it previously felt impossible? Fancy door. The bar. Suddenly you step into an Please stocked bar calmly seated in. There's a neatly skewed, scrawled note on the because I don't want to be here. Honor system until I get back. That means you, JJ. What's the story?
I like JJ as a character. He just seems to be a good himbo that means well.
Oh, this is not
Very-
okay. Unfortunately, I definitely did not get this part because I don't remember. Oh, I can buy hammers.
Yeah, essentially this is a whole item system and upgrade system here that this is kind of like the main part you can always come back to, and you'll get the cash and the mutagen. Cash for items and mutagen for upgrades.
Trait: developing calf injury. What? Okay,
Oh, the traits are all wild. They're like they have. I would say more, but there's kind of like spoilers, I guess.
I gotcha.
Because that's one thing I'm curious about. You know, because I only got like 3 hours in or so, like not that far either. Um, but like when it comes to our different playthroughs in the room, like I'm assuming that our characters can probably have different traits. Because it seems that like there's different, you end up gaining different things depending on which
Mhm.
decisions you make. Um,
I mean,
and yeah,
yeah, but it's
A zombie
like
terror?
I think so I missed the name. I think Scott kind of put it right. Like every trait just kind of opens up a new area. So as long as you
Right.
go and are really trying to explore everything, you'll get every trait. It feels like.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
It's basically
You know-
like that's the Metroidvania part. Is like basically you pick up
Right.
something that gives you a new area, and like yeah,
Yeah.
you can just play through quicker and skip traits if you want.
I also must question, why would you shoulder bash a dinosaur?
Why not?
Strong action man.
I feel like you're really make yourself vulnerable there.
Oh, because yeah, one of the recent ones I had, like I guess they get crazier, like the Chimera kind of mentioned, I'm sure. But there's the one that you get where like another entity like comes to enter your body, the whole situation, and then you end up taking on some of the traits that thing has. And I was like, is this for everybody? Is this is just like a story beat that has to happen, you know, just because you need to go to these rooms and succeed, and so you'll end up getting this trait no matter what.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember which one you're talking. Is that the? Oh gosh.
This earlier
Oh,
it's earlier
gosh.
on. It's one of the ones I saw recently. You meet the other versions of yourself.
Oh yeah.
So if I die, I go back to the shop, or do I start over?
You just go back to the shop.
Okay, yeah, it's like I hate the foreshadow.
Yeah. I died many times playing this game.
Okay,
And you know, I think it does a good job balancing like the actual setback. It's not like, you know, you die and lose no progress. Sometimes you do have to redo encounters when you die, but you're never going back that far.
okay, yeah.
Another nice thing is you can, like for example, if you push tab, you can just like, I don't know if yet because it's early in the game, but you can just go
Why did
back
I not heal?
to the bar at any time.
Why did I not heal? Okay, thank God.
Oh, I guess that's true, isn't it? Yeah, you can go to the bar anytime.
No, let me.
Well, and I
Yeah.
had that because I was
Click that,
trying to find
please.
stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is the wrong path. And I'm like, well, I don't need to do this.
Oh, zombie T-Rex.
Oh gosh,
Oh no.
7 damage. But I honestly though, I think dying kind of is really important of like making sure the actual game is engaging, you know, being able to come back and, you know, be like, okay, now that I know, we're gonna make sure we heal more with that T-Rex. You know,
Mhm.
I think that'd be really important there.
Yeah, like it's so important to like look over all the skills and know what symbols you need and what symbols you want to avoid in the beginning. I like that.
Yeah, I probably should have grabbed that hammer. No, I can't go back there.
Yeah, and like some of the
No.
encounters, it's like even when I read the ability that the enemy has, I'm still not quite sure I totally get it until I see them start using their abilities together and seeing how they're chaining them. And so it's like, okay, the second time around, I know what sorts of things to block for. I know what sorts of strategies to take.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And what I was going to actually add on, this is, I guess, kind of switching different topics about the game. I was also going to talk about like the sound design and actually the music in this game. It actually does a really good job. I think it's actually really good sound design and music. I was actually telling someone I had to turn on the music a little bit because I need that too. But I was telling someone like the sound of the music is really good. It seems like this person loves horror because some of the like overall layers and textures that they use for sound kind of emulate a lot that. Yeah, so I thought that was really good. I did eat.
But it's still, I do kind of like it still has like you're talking about light. It still has like this very upbeat, silly feel.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I'm thinking.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think I paid a lot of attention to the sound design outside of the music in particular.
I think for me, it's like when we're transitioning and we're actually going through the mansion, I think it just does a really good like job of like complementing the story with the sounds, and because there is no like actual VO dialogue, so a lot of the sound kind of helps you make sure that you know what setting you're in, depending on which room you're in, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty.
Yeah. I see. Interesting.
Furries do not die in front of these. We're not going to die in front of the T-Rex again. I probably should have healed because he does like 7 damage.
if he does 7 damage if he gets the
Overwhelming hurl, yeah.
Yeah, like I think part of the metagame, I guess, for this is making sure that after you finish your turns, you don't set the enemy up in a way that lets them charge their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because like in my head, I was watching some of the moves you were making, and I was like, I'm not gonna backseat this, but I think you've let him get in a position where he could match the fossils, or the computer could match the fossils, and it was at like 9. So as soon as it matched it, it did the 7 damage to you.
And
yeah,
I also
good.
cannot do it
Really
myself.
bad.
I also need to make sure I'm not matching the fossils. Well, actually, do I get rid of them if I do that?
No, if you match them, you take them.
Oh. Oh, I got some.
You take it from them. Yeah. I didn't realize that. But...
That's actually a good trick. Okay. Yeah. This is definitely bigger than Bejeweled. This is not.
There's more strategy.
This is not your grandma's Bejeweled on your 90s computer. You really need to. I don't have any knives. First, I have to do that one.
What does hammer do?
A hammer knocks out 1 block.
Just 1 block? I mean, okay, that might
free.
be helpful in some.
Yeah, but it's free though.
That is true.
Yeah. I think the big benefit is free, and then you can set up a chain. So like you can knock out like that square, and then you could have have knives in like the lower left corner.
Oh, right here, you're okay. Well, we'll try it for the purposes of. Can I choose it? Okay. I was about to say, I hope I can choose it though.
And then you can slide the knife over. You get 3.
I can get 4 well, no, that's not matter. Never
You
mind.
can get 4. Yeah.
This is not Bejeweled. Trying to get my combos. I'm trying to get my combos. Okay, but that's actually a good point about the gameplay system. It's like, yeah, there is a little bit of a strategic like planning you kind of have to do with the puzzles. That's interesting. I guess I didn't think about it like that when I was playing it. I literally was just playing like Bejeweled. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I was just matching up everything, getting combos.
I think that's fine, right? Because eventually the game forces you to play like it needs to be played, right?
Yeah.
So you play like Bejeweled until you get stuck, and then you have to actually pay attention.
It's like, beans. I gotta learn. I
I
gotta
gotta
think.
What?
learn.
I got a
Right.
12 combo. What are you talking about? Where's the Bejeweled at?
Exactly. Yo.
Like, bro, I just picked up this game because it was cute and silly. I didn't know I need to know how to look freaking scores, all this stuff.
Where's the scoreboard?
Yo.
Before you can consider this a mystery, a light begins to brush away the edges of your. Get up, lad. Game's not
I
over.
might turn you down on my end a little bit, Darius.
Oh, me? Okay, sorry.
Yeah. This fine. I just keep trying to think of the conversation and the talking over and stuff.
Is there some
Oh, go on.
sorry, Hunkin Doc Wright the third? Okay, never mind. Sorry, continue.
I like
Come here.
this guy because he just wants to bartend.
Hunkin's the main reoccurring character, right?
Yep. And other versions of him, which is really
Other versions of Hunkin. Right. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, one thing I was curious about, especially Chimera, because you got further and probably whenever Scott gets back, but when it comes to the challenges that come up as you get further and further into the game, like the types of like win conditions and the particular puzzle scenarios that come up, like because early on, I came across various ones that are like either avoid making certain combinations, or encouraging to use certain combinations, or throwing other little twists into the mix. So I haven't gotten like all the way through, but are there any other like ones that you had come across that you remember that stood out as far as like, oh, this was pretty clever or unexpected?
I think the biggest one I'm stuck on, or I'll probably eventually be able to figure it out, is you're basically being chased by like an axe murderer, and it has 999 health that slowly goes
Oh my
down.
god. Okay.
But like you have an attack that does 333, but if you're not fast enough, he just does more damage than you can ever tank.
Oh.
It's like that. Another cool thing is some of these abilities require your health to be up. So like you find a maze, and if you have enough health, you can leave a blood trail to navigate the maze. But you have to have enough health, so you have to upgrade.
That's crazy.
I'm getting curious. I'm just. Oh. Followed by
Yeah, there are a lot of cool like late game ones where the challenge in the puzzle is sort of recognizing what the enemy is trying to match to like boost their abilities, and like having to try to like strategically remember to cut them off at key places because they're doing something like if they fill up, they get a one-hit kill on you, so you have to make sure to keep blocking them, or you only have so many turns before they've filled it up, so you try to block them as fast as you can go, and simultaneously balancing that with matching your own symbols so you can do attacks and stuff. And those are some of the harder ones, but also some of the more like interesting ones.
Right. Yeah, I've definitely seen a couple of those so far, but as y'all mentioned, it gets more complex.
I think the other thing I noticed they do more in the late game is giving you multiple encounters between different like I guess bar reprieves. So there's one that was pretty gnarly late in the game, which was like it was like 3 or 4 pretty tough encounters back to back. And the first time I played it, I kept using all my items in the early sections, and then finding out that there was, yet another guy, yet another phase that I had to get through, and going, ah, crap. And I had like drained all my money by the end of it, just like kept having to redo it.
Oh, I guess that's the thing, isn't it? The money still stays between deaths.
Yep.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, you keep your money between deaths. If you spend it, you don't get
Yeah.
it back though.
Right, you don't get it back. Right, yeah. Mm,
The same
That's
thing with the
interesting.
items. Like,
And
if
items.
you use an item and you die, you lost that item. Fortunately.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to use
That's
these items
right.
that I found here, right? Also, by the way, I just found a pocket shop. No, I actually do like how some of the choices that you make can be this here as well.
Mhm.
Items are
It's-
very important because I think yeah, shotgun. There's like a quick pistol you get that does damage without taking up the time. So like that's incredibly useful, even though it doesn't do that much damage.
and
Then there's like harvesting ones that'll be like harvest 10 random ones, harvest a 3x3.
we went to the Hall of Knights last time. I like that little Beatles reference.
Yeah, and I definitely wouldn't recommend being too cagey with your items. I think I definitely had a couple of times where somebody would be trying to give me some new item and I hadn't used my previous ones, and so I had to discard something.
Oh, okay.
Mm, That's interesting.
Yeah,
Little
I ran that
inventory.
a bunch, and I'm worried. I was worried that if I didn't pick up the item, it wouldn't show up in the shop because pretty much every item you find later you can buy in the shop. So
Mm,
like, I had to discard
Oh,
and say, hopefully I'll take it.
that's an interesting gameplay right here. I can't match the red ones. I need to match the paintbrushes.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, Scott, were there any highlight scenarios that you recall from your playthrough so far? That were like, this right here, this is good.
Hmm. I don't know. Truth be told, I was like, I like the game. I really like any excuse to play a match 3 game that isn't like, a bad phone game. So I had a blast the whole time I was playing, but it was like, I think because it doesn't go too deep on anything, it's pretty easy to play the game in a way that you're just sort of on autopilot. So I didn't have a whole ton of like real big moments or anything like that.
Mm, that's interesting. Yeah.
Mhm. I think I'm also like, as a player, I've never been particularly good at like paying as much attention to a lot of the narrative beats, and this game being so it's pretty narrative heavy. I think there's a lot of it that I just miss out on because I'm fast clicking past all of the
Yeah.
text to get to the next puzzle encounter.
Typically, I would read it, but since I'm playing it with y'all, I'm not.
Mhm.
I was also gonna ask, was there like any specific puzzles or I guess not really puzzles, but more so like specific moments where you have to match certain things that are like interesting or like that might have caught your eye that was like, oh, that's really cute, or that's clever, Was there anything like that really?
You
Or is
eventually
it kind of all
find
just
a
matching three?
crafting table. So you have like this encounter that's a crafting table that you can be used to like make items there. And it's just like you have
Mhm.
certain recipes of the crystals you need to have.
Mhm.
So yeah, I
Oh,
don't
this
think it's
dinosaur has no
like
health.
that.
Yeah, I don't think there are any like major encounters that I think were like super memorable for me, but I think some of the late game traits and abilities that you get, some of them were pretty interesting. There's one that lets you harvest like an entire 4x4 section of blocks, but when you do it, then your character can't activate any of his abilities for the next couple of turns. So there's a really cool risk reward way to play it. And I had a couple of encounters where I played that right and had this like real close victory, and other times where I thought I was playing it right and totally just screwed up the whole encounter because I gave the enemy a chance to go 2 turns without me getting to do anything effectively.
Oh, this guy's clearing my symbols out. Crazy.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Actually, I can
that's one of my
shoot you.
favorite mechanics too.
Wait a minute, I got a gun. Where you getting these combos now?
Was that a curse trait, Scott?
I don't remember. Maybe.
I know it's like a trend, like cursed items. A lot of times, they like give you something good, but then give something bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there was a cursed item I got late in the game that was like you could either do 10 damage to the enemy or 5 damage to yourself. And that one backfired on me once or twice.
The bird had a gun.
It's a video game.
A hunter rifle, mind you.
That's funny.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, like as you explore, you'll reach the end of the branches, and you pretty much just will go back to the bar, and then you can just try a different path. That's why it's kind of like you don't really get unique because you just can try a different path.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be forced to because like a lot of the definitely early on, a lot of the paths are very short.
Yeah.
Like I think one of the few complaints I have, I wish there was a way that so like it has this unexplored options in the corner to let you know, but I wish there was a way you could like find out areas where you've now unlocked because you got a trait.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
What is interesting?
That's just a nice.
Oh, I see. That's like an accessibility kind of thing, right? Where it's like, you already went to one area, and you couldn't go in that direction because you didn't have that trait. But now that you've gotten the trait, you don't remember where it was, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just a quality of life thing, so I'm not like upset at it, but it just would be nice.
That's a common Metroidvania issue too, right? In general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's sort of tricky in both because I've heard arguments and like I kind of sort of align with them that like with Metroidvanias, there's this like balance between it being cumbersome to have to go backtrack to find all the things you missed, but also that's sort of part of what like engages you with the world is having to spend all the time there and get to like really get a feel for the layout. With this, there's not so much exploring since it's really just a simple branching map.
Yeah.
So it almost feels like when you do want to go back and explore different things, you're just sort of repeating through different like text screens you've already seen and fast forwarding through them. So it'd be nice if there was a way to like, look at a branch without having to actually go down that branch and just see the text, scroll, and see like, oh, these are the different spots I hadn't yet explored on it.
That's a good point. Okay.
What, like a fast travel system, sort of?
Well, yeah, a little bit. Like even if it was just like a diary or a record log that lets you see like, okay, I went down this path. These were the text options that were there. These were the things I didn't explore. Sort of like automating like your own, manual note taking.
Oh yeah, like just a way to see like what choices you've made when you're in a specific area.
Right.
Yeah.
Like there's one of the a narrative game I played in the past was oh my gosh, Overboard. And Overboard is it's made in Yarn, I think, or Yarn Spinner, all narrative focused game. But the entire gimmick is it's a reverse murder mystery where you're the murderer and you're the murderer and you're trying to create enough of a distraction and a reasonable enough case against other people to prove your innocence. Mm-hmm. But most of the ways you engage with it are navigating around this ship and talking to people. And you can play like a normal playthrough takes about like 15 minutes, but the ways there's like a lot of depth that you can do within that 15 minutes to like talk to different people, go down specific routes, and all that. And if you're running down a route that you've done before, it'll like the option you picked before will be grayed out usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
says
Well,
that
this
here
game does
too.
actually have that.
Oh, neat. Oh, okay,
Mhm.
cool.
It's just that you have to go down the route to go see all of those things you've already done. So sometimes I would find myself going down a previous route, going like, I'm not sure if I've been here before, and then just everything I'm hitting is all grayed out already. I'm going, crap.
I see.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Yeah, right here that's a slightly dimmer orange, basically.
Oh wait, so
Yeah.
I
Right.
think I'm going wrong.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
It could be a bit more obvious, I feel like, because it's not that good, but it's okay.
Yeah, I agree. I was at the very beginning, I was definitely always getting confused, like which one is the thing I've already picked, and which is the new option.
Yeah.
Is this evil me?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. Yeah, especially for being like a map-based kind of system, and
Mhm.
especially like there's not much benefit, I guess, in the game experience to like having to really retread places, except
Yeah.
like if something new is there or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
But I
yeah,
think most like I'd say action Metrovania is like you still have like the big overall map, and you can
mhm.
basically say, "Oh, I think there was something here," but you have a map here, but it basically doesn't show enough detail for you to know that without going down the path.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to that point, right? Like, I don't know about all Metroidvanias, but Metroid games specifically, they do show you on that big map, like, oh, these are rooms you have been to, these ones you haven't been to, and sometimes I even think they tell you like these are rooms that you've been to, but there's still more stuff in here. So
Sometimes, yeah, right.
they have those quality of life features.
Hmm.
The beat of
And
JJ.
then most recently, which I don't know how, I know this one is not as sprawling maybe as
Mhm.
others in terms of like how big the map is, because I know you end up getting into certain sections and getting in those sections for a while for every chapter. Um, but like some of those Metroidvania joints, like especially the recent ones, are like, um, hey, while you're progressing, um, here's a mechanic for you to be able to take a note of what is in this location, or
Mm-hmm.
take some kind of picture, image, or something that like lets oh, okay, here's where I need to go when I come back over here, or here's something I saw that I can't access now, but I'll come back later. Um, which is extremely useful for those kinds of games where the map is super big. Um, this one, it feels like it could be a nice to have, but it also is like, I think the biggest thing would be like getting some information on just what was in this area via some kind of UI element. Because why not? Is a map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can also see kind of as a get good thing where I should have just been taking notes.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, and also it's like it's the kind of thing I never think to do till I'm already so deep into the game that I'm like, I should have been taking notes 2 hours ago, and now I don't
Right,
have to go back
right.
and start from scratch. I don't know. I should probably just give up on the sunk cost of it all, but I just get so frustrated after I realize I should have been taking notes before. At that point, I'm like, that's already lost cause.
It's too late.
Too late.
I'm thinking about losing this guy.
It's too late.
I guess this is the point
Yeah,
where
I think that's the thing about it so far, from like kind of what you mentioned before, Scott, about like how I think for me, even like I like the game as well. I'm not like, it's not the kind of experience where I've like been like jonesing to jump back in, or something,
Mhm.
just been like, oh yeah, this is fun. I'll play some more. I'm curious, it's like the curiosity of like seeing like where the story is gonna go and like some of the meta narrative of everything, like finding out like what happened to development is kind of a story beat. And I'm like, oh, okay, like what else is gonna happen? But also it's like, yeah, it's not like pushing deep enough in any particular way to like really grab me, I guess. Like I
Mhm.
guess with the narrative in particular, like maybe character wise or maybe with how just like silly some of the scenarios are. Or just like kind of like having some kind of like major, a big narrative goal that's like really like, okay, trying to like, get you really into it. Like it's not like hitting that note for me.
Mhm.
Um, so it's just like, okay, this is cool, this is fun, the gameplay's good. But it's mostly just like curiosity and it's fun enough to play where yes, I'll keep playing,
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
To me, it hit me well because like the game I've been working on is also very meta, so I really want to
Okay.
see how they do how they write it. And the writing, it reminds me of like old Sierra adventure games and stuff with like a very snarky narrator and a hapless guy. So like, for me, it really grabbed me. But I do think like it's also a challenge to play.
That makes sense. Especially because
Mhm.
you're like using this as like study a little bit.
Surprisingly, a lot of the games we've been doing have like matched up on that. So weird.
Mm. Yeah, the meta narrative stuff is interesting. Yeah, do y'all feel that like that meta aspect of it, um, was, kind of like the progression of that narrative? It was kind of, felt rewarding or good, like it was like being paced well as you got deeper and deeper into the mansion.
That's probably a question for Scott. I don't think I'm far enough along to answer that.
You don't think so?
Yeah, good. That's a good question. Pacing isn't bad, and I feel like I'm almost the wrong person to ask just because I'm such a like a not a narrative person.
Yeah, you've been like skipping
Um,
through stuff a little bit, right? Yeah.
not totally skipping, but like I'm not. I don't know. It's a short-ish game, right? So there's a lot of like character development that over the whole span of the game, I see it happening. But there are a few times where like, you know, they do quote unquote character development over like what might be like a single enemy encounter or a couple of text boxes, and it doesn't totally feel earned all the time. It just feels like you know it almost feels like reading somebody's outline for how character development should happen. JJ encounters this kind of character and asks him this kind of question, and he has to think about it, and then when he comes to his answer is that. And it's short, it's short and unsatisfying in some ways. So sorry, I think I'm getting distracted. The meta narrative part of it, though, um I think plays out well enough. I I think what I don't like about how the meta narrative plays out is that I don't totally feel, and then maybe this is sort of what I'm talking to about being attached to the character development. I don't always feel attached to like JJ's role in that meta narrative. Like, he sort of starts out trying to figure out what's going on, and then that develops into figuring out what happened to the game, and then turns out, develops into wanting to release the game.
Mhm.
But as we're going with that, like, I don't know, he feels like sort of an empty box of a character, so I don't really feel that attached to like his motivations for wanting to do any of this. Um, I think how they tell the story is interesting enough, or at least like charming enough. They know how to pull in a lot of like the outside world influence. The game development meta stuff, talking about like beta tests and demos and deprecated files and functions and debug things, and you're like, oh, that's fun. I recognize what they're talking about there. But it's mostly flavor on top of what for me hasn't really been like a super like rewarding like narrative experience with the whole meta thing. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what's missing for me there, but there's something missing that's making me go like, ah, yes, this game is saying something like novel or interesting as opposed to just being sort of like a meta look at a disappointing,
At a
you know,
game.
failure
Right.
to launch of a game. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think I can. Like, I don't think I necessarily go so far, but I definitely kind of agree with the basis of like, it has enough of a story and enough charm to get through, but it's like I don't think I'm gonna be holding something like, oh, this is like Disco Elysium level narrative. You need to play this game. It's just like, oh, this was a fun game.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. I think I even with as far as I've gotten, I think the main character believability or resonating with his intentions or goals or whatever, just like him as a person, is like not very convinced about him. Like not like like not like on board necessarily. I'm just like it's just like more so just like curiosity, but not like caring much about his character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like okay.
And like there are tons of games where like you just end up with a series of different like random MacGuffins and you don't feel attached. Like I'm playing Dark Souls. I'm not like all the time like, oh, I am the the Ashen or whatever, the undead, and I care about this next quest. But there's something mechanically satisfying that makes me want to keep playing, and there's aesthetically or visually satisfying about seeing the world unfold. And this game is just like because it's more narrative driven. I think it needs to. It gets pinged by me a little bit more for not having something that catches me in the same way.
Yeah, I'd have to like go back and look. If I had to compare it to like Roger Wilco from Space Quest or Leisure Suit Larry from those games, like because they went with the meta narrative, kind of the whole joke is that JJ isn't well defined. He doesn't even
Yeah.
have a middle name. Like he has a first name but not a second name. And that's a nice joke for he's an undefined character, but it does like I think Scott's right. It doesn't necessarily make for you want to see what's going to happen to him. I just for me it's mostly like he's a dingus and I want to see what trouble he gets into.
Right.
Yeah. And the Roger Wilco and the Leisure Suit Larry, like those are interesting comparisons
dang it,
because it's like in the same way that those are like narratively heavy games or like the narrative is the driving force, I do still feel like their point and click style where like a lot of the puzzles are really weird. What am I even supposed to do? Oh, I just had to to click on this thing at this place and use this item with this one character. There is still something weirdly satisfying about that when you do uncover those puzzles. And here in this game, the puzzles are basically just these match 3 things. There isn't that same level of like mind bending, mind melting point and click nonsense. So it misses out on that front, and I think would be more like mechanically engaging if it had maybe like a variety of puzzles.
Just gave him a free
I don't know.
Didn't do it, never mind.
That's
Though,
real. Yeah.
I guess now that I'm talking about it, asking about the meta narrative and stuff, I think what I'm all of my little complaints here are things that do come up later in the game, and they did do a pretty interesting job of that. Where like when they talk about like how the puzzles are built and how some of the parts of the game don't go very deep, they tie it back to like the flawed development cycle where like they were jostling back and forth between so many different ideas that they ended up with an unpolished game that they didn't want to release. So it kind of works in a funny way.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's actually pretty neat. Funny. I mean, also real, very real, but also pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry. Wow, I actually got that.
I think the realist is the room you reach that this has to do come up with a creepy clown poem.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm enjoying this. I like it. At least especially I mean, I wasn't always a huge Bejeweled player, so I love the match 3 stuff. But it can be
100%.
very. I will say the gameplay of like trying to survive and like I mean I'm literally on 3 health, but like that's very satisfying when you finally do like okay, I was able to match all the proper things to kill him, and also like survive through that fight. That definitely was very. That fight right there was very satisfying to me right there.
Yeah, that's a good fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not like breaking any ground, but I
Yeah.
think that the core game loop is solid. And like you're saying, you do get those encounters where you're breezing through the game for however many encounters, and then you hit one, you're like, oh no, I actually have to like think and try through this, and those feel
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah,
Right.
and yeah, and then of course also being able to get new items as well, just so you can get further in it. Like I got the hourglass just now, so that was really good. But yeah,
Yeah.
and like even like just trying to like okay, I think I mean Chris pointed us out earlier, but like try not to match things so like you give them an advantage. So when they go to next turn, they tear you up. I mean, yeah, like that was a pretty close fight there because I almost did that. Actually, I did do that. I almost died, but, but luckily, like, but then you're like, okay, I can use this ability, and that ability will allow me to also still match something on the board. So I'm going to do this, and then proceed with this. Yeah, so it's really nice.
Right. Hmm.
Oh. Okay. So I already have the hourglass.
Yeah, I think overall I really do like this like kind of concept of taking this kind of the Metroidvania elements that like are key to the genre and blowing it up to just being like the map and not having all these other mechanics
Yeah.
involved for like the platforming and the action and stuff. It's just like, no, this is just the core elements of a Metroidvania that you have to navigate this map and find new information and find new items and help them unlock your progress. And I think it's a neat exploration on doing that and like
Yeah.
finding different ways to like do that with the genre.
And actually, now that we're on the map, real quick here, I guess this is more me asking, like, so if I decide if I start right here, are these little tile panels? Does that mean that it might split off from there, or is it only the yellow circles here that can split off?
Only the yellow circles.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'll have to do these encounters again. Well, I guess I can skip that. Let's see.
Yeah, because I think this part is like kind of you have to figure out. You have to like see enough bugs to be able to like say, I know what the bugs are.
Yeah. This time I'm not gonna bother scanning. I'm gonna go forward.
Yep.
This one I decided to stop evil. So you're literally playing these over and over again, replaying sections. Of course, as I see it. um. I don't want to.
Chimera, the game that you're working on with the meta narrative, is there anything that's has some similarity to this at all as far as the way that y'all have been thinking about the presentation or the delivery of that kind of story, those story beats?
Not, I mean, a little bit. I did the 2D joke myself, like independently, which is why it's funny to see it here. I haven't really written enough to like say that because like I've been working on a big part, but so yeah, I don't think I can answer that question. But I do like I have liked that this game, seeing this map and seeing kind of like the sense of the game tree does give me ideas for like how to organize like future levels and things and kind of possibly introduce some branching, because right now there's not that much branching, but eventually I hope to have some branching.
I see. I see. Yeah, that's solid. Yeah.
And it's interesting because I think one of the things about the way the meta narrative works here is there's a lot of implications. This game is in some type of actual 3D environment with shaders and untextured things.
Wait,
It's-
Clown Alley.
Yep.
Huh.
It's the game implies it is running on a better engine, not a better engine, but like a more complex engine than it's actually running on. I kind of like that.
I never picked up on that before. Like Pumpkin with his liquid shaders that he
Yeah.
wants you to get working. That's interesting.
Yeah, and you can't see his liquid. You never see,
Yeah.
as far as I know, you never see the liquid. There's no liquid to be, but they want to imply
that's kind
that
of
the
great.
whole
In the distance, you
The
hear
whole-
the
That's
honking.
hilarious.
The honking.
Oh my god, I forgot about this room. I love the clown or clown stock watermark on the image.
Yeah.
I was so focused on the honking, I didn't even notice.
Wow, the clowns disarm the tripwire. Oh my god. Clowns mean business. Okay, so don't match the red.
Yeah,
Wait.
I'm definitely gonna like go back and 100% this game because I just want to see it. Like, but I definitely would also get. Okay, this is a pretty fun game. Maybe I'll come back to it later. Like, I could see that. Just for me, it tickled me very directly. I want to 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I will personally say that I love me some humor games that don't take itself seriously. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna play this game for real. I think it's funny. I think it's a little funny. It knows what it is. It truly does.
And I think with the exception of the characters, like I think the writing, like just the interaction between the narrator, how JJ writes characters,
Mhm.
like I think that is good. It's just, he's just not much of a character.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also like that you can kind of you can use your abilities while doing I guess if you want to metagame it, like if you lose a bunch of health in one encounter and you get a light encounter like this, you can kind of just stall and heal yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's cool. Clown stock.
These Clown Alley is a great hallway.
Still waiting on our assets. Maybe our director weren't so busy demanding concept revisions, we'd have them.
That smiley face is so. I love that. The Cohen smiley face with like 6 of. It's like, yep, that's how exasperated you are.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
I know. Problem is, I have one small slot. I should have grabbed. Did I use the bandage? Yeah, grab the bandage. Thank God for another bar though, because I was getting a little tired of going back 3 floors.
At least early on, it's not too bad. But from what Scott says, I guess it gets a bit harder, a bit more gnarly. I think the term.
Mm-hmm.
Invisible trigger, yep.
Boing. Oh, I went straight up. A pterodactyl wearing clown makeup swoops down from above. It's crazy. Wait, what was? Nope.
Clown adapter.
Throw pies to take it down. Eat pie. Delicious with a consequence. Here's a innocent, but
Yeah, this is a good example of the symbol clearing mechanics of like stealing and clearing their symbols, they clearing your symbols.
cleared the symbols I just earned.
Yeah, I think this was definitely one of the first encounters where I was really like, okay, no, I gotta pay attention, like keep track of what he's gearing up on.
Don't swoop, okay. Like, please don't swoop. Go into the pie item.
You got this. You got this.
Not the honk.
No. Oh, the clown dactyl, but it's just spelled wrong.
Wait, actually, let's do this. Oh wait, no, the shotgun does use up the turn. Never mind. I haven't used it yet. I'm just curious. That was actually a bad idea, but it's. Well, no. We can. I don't have enough to throw the pie again. I can go again. Green gem. Jewels.
Yeah, I haven't really figured out how to use the cosmic hourglass well.
I guess you can, if you've used the cosmic hourglass, I guess you can like use it and then pair it with like maybe an ability and then also use the board like I did. I guess that's one way to do it.
I think that's why I settled on that. It doesn't feel powerful enough.
Maybe it's for like when you see something on the board where you're like, okay, I can clear this one out, but then I need one more turn to I can like set up a better match somewhere. And if you just have two of those, you can get some big points from it.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Oh dang it. Eat Georgie.
Yeah, I personally feel like I've covered all I can talk about.
Okay, wow. You're actually starting to hurt. And you cleared my symbols. Okay, well, you're getting a shotgun because you're going to die.
Oh, nope, I'm typing. Hold on.
Oh, you're fine. Huh? Let it stay low. Wait, I want to see what's in the door, though. Yeah, open it up. I think that's also my problem. I'm too curious.
Yep. Now you have bug encounters, so you should be able to go to the main room and advance the story. Like down at the bottom where that lock is.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Okay. Can I? Oh, there it goes. Oh, interesting. Actually, Loki will probably play more of this because this is interesting. Mind you, I haven't played much of the game, so that's probably why I'm like blown away. I'm like, oh, this is cool. I haven't really experienced too much
I
of
mean,
it.
I do think it's a fun game.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not. It's not hitting like super strong for me, but it's fun enough to keep playing. And I think the match 3
Mhm.
mechanics of it all is like it's just really easy to sit down, do a couple of things, explore a couple of rooms, and then get on with your day.
Yeah.
But it's really solid for just getting to scratch that match 3 itch without having something yelling at you about a microtransaction.
Right.
Yeah, it probably would be really good for like ignoring the microtransaction, like just as a mobile game, just like you can whip out,
Mhm.
play for a little bit, and then move on, or like go back to work.
Mhm.
Oh, well, actually, what time is it? Sorry.
It's 12:20 or Pacific 12:20.
Are we still having a meeting today?
Oh.
I mean, I think we've been
Ah.
having it.
I know who you're talking about.
Meaning under what context?
I know who you're talking about, Malik.
Oh,
Yeah, we are going to have a meeting today. Sorry. Hold on tight here. We'll end this very soon here. Sorry.
Okay.
We actually have been playing this for a bit for the game club. We'll finish this off here and then we'll wrap it up. I guess I know we actually talked a good bit about this game and everything, but is there like any like last thoughts I guess about any mechanics of the game? Like overall, I'm actually enjoying it a lot. Like I said, I'm actually probably going to finish this because I think honestly for me, I like puzzle games. I love me some match 3. So a lot of and I think the satisfaction behind having to kind of plan how you match everything, and you can't use this symbol or you're going to lose health or you're going to erase all your symbols. Like I think that's been as a really good game mechanic, and yeah, I like this stuff. And also the writing, I love on cheek humor. Honestly, I love it. It's it's funny to me, and it's great.
I don't think I have a thing besides what I already said. Good game, definitely has room to improve, but it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like a pretty solid game. Well, more than pretty solid.
Oh my
Seems like
gosh.
a unique spin on the match 3, like the general match 3 mechanic, and I feel like this is a pretty good game.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wow, my voice is all over.
Also, I totally just lost. He didn't.
Oh.
He attacked me twice. Did not expect that. All right. But hey, y'all, I think we're going to wrap up Game Club. I've actually really enjoyed this game. Thank you guys for coming out for the discussion as well. We'll have our next Game Club soon out here. Feel free to hang out for a little bit if you guys want to as well. But yeah, I really enjoyed this game. I'm going to remember to see. I'm not going to look at the acronym. Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion 3. Got it. Yep, there you go. It's like now that you remember the acronym, you can say the title easier. But anyways, y'all, thank you guys for coming out for Game Club discussion. We'll meet next month as well. Yeah, you guys have a good day.
Sounds good.
Pretty sweet. Thanks for hosting.
Yeah, no problem.